Hi, YouTubers and wet shavers everywhere. It's Mark with Georgetoon.com. I'm back with another Monday Morning Mailbag. Get yourself a cup of coffee, kick back, relax. Let's talk a little wet shaving and a few other things. What do you got this morning? We've got a coffee, a wonderful coffee that we featured on the program before. Hang on 1 minute. Yeah, that is really, really terrific. Courtesy of viewer Nate Jackson, we're enjoying Fabula coffee this morning. Boy, this is a terrific, terrific one. Fresh out of the Keurig machine. Fabula is known for being a healthier coffee, lower acid, so it's easier on the stomach, mold-free, a lot of healthy qualities to it, and it is very, very flavorful and a healthier choice. So thanks again to Nate Jackson for sending along Fabula coffee. We'll have a link below where you can check it out yourself. Really, really terrific. And we're enjoying Fabula coffee in our wonderful ShaveSplash.com coffee mug, courtesy of your Lee Meyer. Lee, thank you again very, very much. We showed you this last week for the first time. We got some great feedback on it from viewers. Thought I'd use it again one more time this week because it really is a delightful coffee mug. Check out that artwork right there. Isn't that wonderful? That's absolutely wonderful. It's just fantastic. And we'll share again what Lee wrote regarding the coffee mug. I thought you might enjoy having a Shave Splash rabbit mug to enjoy with your coffee. We always talk about going down the rabbit hole, so I thought it would be fun to imagine what a rabbit that shaves actually looks like. It's since become the mascot for the Shave Splash website. Yeah, boy, that is terrific again. Really, really wonderful artwork there. Really captures the whole hobby of the traditional wet shave. Again, as we talking about going down the rabbit hole, that is really terrific. Very, very creative. So there it is. Again, we'll link to where you can get your very own rabbit shaving mug. Well, no, not a shaving mug. It's a coffee mug, a rabbit coffee mug, a rabbit shaving coffee mug. There you go. That's what it is. Yeah, that is really terrific. Or, I don't know, it's large enough to where if you want to build a lather in it, go right ahead. Use it for shaving. It's up to you, but it really is terrific. And thanks so much for joining us this morning. As we like to say on the show, a good hot coffee, a trusty mug. Let the caffeine go to work, gentlemen. Really, absolutely. Hang on. Let me get another sip here. That is really, really wonderful. And hey, if you're taking me along on your morning commute, thanks very much for the lift. I really do appreciate that. If you're tuning in to the podcast, thanks very much for listening via all those great streaming platforms out there like Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, that sort of thing. Boy, oh boy, we got a great show for you this morning. Let's get to my show notes here, so we can go over what we have. Oh, we got a great viewer shaving tip this morning. Actually, it's a follow-up to last week's shaving tip. We got a great shave den visit. We've got the usual reminders and housekeeping and that sort of thing. We also have an update on the giveaway, the Matt Panter sponsored giveaway. So we're going to share some new information with you regarding that. We've got some great refill comments. We want to share with you some new wet shaving gear. We also have some terrific, terrific questions and comments. So all in all, a great show this morning. Thanks so much for tuning in. I really do appreciate it. I hope you're enjoying a cup of coffee with me this morning. So let's get the show kicked off like we do every week with a viewer morning shaving tip. Well, this morning's shaving tip comes from viewer James Sefton, and it's a follow-up to our discussion from last week regarding breaking in a new bore shaving brush. Now, here's my Semogue 830, Semogue 830 bore shaving brush right here. You can see it's bloomed very, very nicely, and looking forward to using this again. And James sent along some before and after photos of his Semogue 830 shaving brush and the break-in process that he used, as we discussed last week. Two ways to break in a shaving brush, a bore shaving brush, is just to use it, or you can use the cold water trick in the refrigerator, and we will share that with you once again because James wrote, My Semogue 830 arrived Saturday morning, and I immediately washed it with Dawn soap and then into a cup of water. I put it in the fridge for 24 hours, then a good towel dry. I used it this morning and am very happy with it, and it will only get better. Again, there you see through the photos, the before and the after, what 24 hours in a cup of cold water in the fridge overnight, 24 hours will do in helping to break in or speed along the break-in process of a Bohr shaving brush. Again, we did a video of this process, and I think we left it in the refrigerator for 3 days, and it really, really helped speed along the break-in process. Again, a cautionary note, do not use this refrigerator method with a wooden-handled Bohr brush, because as those hairs soak up that water, they tend to expand, and that could crack the wooden handle, as some viewers have told me. They've messaged me and said, wooden handle Bohr brush has the potential to crack using the refrigerator method. So just wanted to share that little bit of a cautionary note with you there. But again, a great way to speed along the process of a Bohr shaving brush. And James Sefton used it on his brand new Semogue 830 Bohr shaving brush. And within 24 hours, he got that fantastic result. So James, thanks very much for the photos and letting us know what your experience was. And if you too out there have a brand new Bohr shaving brush, let us know how the break-in process goes for you and what method you've used. Please comment below and let us know, or drop us an email and we'll share that with all the viewers out there. So James, thanks very much for sending along this follow-up report on breaking in a Bohr shaving brush. Really do appreciate it. Now, James already has an original signed George sketch for sending in a shaving tip. But if you out there would like an original signed George sketch, just send me a shaving tip. Send that shaving tip to mondaymailbag@gmail.com, mondaymailbag@gmail.com. And if I use your shaving tip on the viewer morning shaving tip segment of the Monday Morning Mailbag, you too will receive an original signed George sketch. So James, thanks very much for sending in the follow-up report regarding the shaving tip on how to break in a Bohr shaving brush. Really do appreciate it. Okay, it's time for a shave den visit.
Grab your favorite shave soap, whip it up, rich and creamy, fill your cup. Boom, lather. Hot towel ready, face feels prime. A classic shave, so smooth, so fine. 30 degrees, a light touch. Let the razor do the work, no need to rush. Shave like a pro, close and neat. A shave so smooth it can't be beat. Slap on your favorite splash, feel that glow. Shave complete, now you're ready to go. Oh, boom, shave complete, you're ready to go.
Well, this morning's Shave Den visit comes courtesy of viewer Alan Bagby, who has some new additions to his Shave Den, courtesy of Spot Prints 3D. And Alan writes, I recently received a lather bowl and brush from Spot Prints 3D. At first, I was surprised by the light weight of the bowl. However, during my first use, I found that I really appreciated the weight. It fit my hand comfortably, and my hand was not fatigued. Now, the most important thing, a beautiful lather was produced with no effort. Peter graciously accepted the challenge of creating a matching brush handle and set a magnificent synthetic knot into it. The knot is densely packed and offers a backbone similar to my favorite Bohr bristle brush. Great backbone, which I have never experienced in a synthetic knot, and it is soft. Peter states, quote, it's my custom knot. Got the feel of an STF tips with more backbone and more density without the obscene cost. It's a win for sure, unquote. Thank you, Peter, for your creativity and patience. This is a wonderful creation. How about that? An absolutely gorgeous lathering bowl and shaving brush from Spot Prints 3D and Peter Despotas. Alan, that is absolutely beautiful. Thank you so much for sending along the photos and the explanation of it and sharing it with all the viewers out there this morning. Really, really wonderful. And I can attest to how wonderful these lathering bowls are because Spot Prints 3D offers the official George Boom Lather shaving bowl right here. We'll have a link below where you can get your very own. There it is right there, George Boom Lather. How about that? And yeah, this does whip up an amazing, amazing lather in no time flat. So I definitely can attest to that. And Peter really, really is very, very creative. He created the Boom Lather shaving bowl, which was the brainchild of Bill and Connie Murphy. A big, big thank you to Bill and Connie Murphy again for getting the ball rolling on the official George Boom Lather shaving bowl. And Peter really, really created an absolutely beautiful, beautiful 3D printed George Boom Lather shaving bowl, and also the shaving bowl and matching shaving brush that he created for Alan Bagby. Absolutely spectacular. Again, Peter does some great, great work. And Alan, once more, thank you again so very, very much for sharing the new lathering bowl and new shaving brush additions to your shave den. Really, really do appreciate it. Hey, do you have some new shave gear in your shave den or a shave den tour that you'd like to share with all the viewers out there? Send along those photos and videos to mondaymailbag@gmail.com and we'll share them with all the viewers out there. So Alan, thanks very much for sending along the photos of these wonderful and beautiful additions to your shave den. Really do appreciate it. Well, here's your reminder to check out shavesplash.com. This is a website that was created by viewer Lee Meyer. If you happen to have a shave soap, but you don't have an aftershave splash for it, well, shavesplash.com is a scent matching website. So you'll be able to find a complimentary aftershave scent that will go with that shaving soap. Really, really terrific. And they also have some great articles and features up there. So check it out. We'll have the link below, shavesplash.com from viewer Lee Meyer. Well, the channel now has auto dub technology courtesy of Google and YouTube. And as the name suggests, it will automatically translate this audio from English into Italian, German, Portuguese, Spanish, or French. Pretty amazing. Simply click on the gear in the lower right of the video screen. A menu will pop up, and there you can select the language that you wish to hear the audio in: Italian, German, Portuguese, Spanish, or French. It translates it from English to any of those languages in real time, on the fly. Pretty amazing. Auto dub. Check it out. Well, here's your weekly reminder that the Monday Morning Mailbag is also available as a podcast. Simply get up to your favorite streaming service and search for Monday Morning Mailbag and more, Monday Morning Mailbag and more, and the Monday Morning Mailbag podcast, as well as our other podcast, Second Cup, will come right up. Both of those podcasts are available on Anchor, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, YouTube, and now iHeartRadio. Well, this morning we have a giveaway update. As you recall, a few weeks ago, viewer Matt Panter very kindly and generously sponsored a giveaway. He sent along 3 beautiful Zenith Boar shaving brushes. First prize was the green-handled boar shaving brush. Second prize was the white-handled boar shaving brush. And third prize was a wooden-handled boar shaving brush. Really, really beautiful Zenith Boar shaving brushes. All 3 winners contacted the channel. All 3 winners have received their boar shaving brushes, and they also sent along emails and photos to let everyone know that they did indeed receive their prizes in good shape. First prize, the green-handled boar shaving brush, which was won by MR Allen 4188, also known as Marcus Allen, and he wrote the following: brush received. It really is a very nice boar brush. I can't wait to break it in with tomorrow morning's shave. I've included a picture for the Monday Morning Mailbag. Thanks again to you and Matt for this giveaway. Marcus Allen. Marcus, so glad that you received the shaving brush in good shape. Let us know how it works for you. The second prize was the white-handled boar shaving brush. That was won by Chris Lacey, and Chris wrote the following: "Wow, that was fast. I received the brush today, and it looks like it is going to be a great addition to my shaving den. I got too excited to try it out, so the picture isn't what I planned. However, the brush is going to be amazing. I need to use it to break it in, and I think I will do it naturally." Attached is the impatient picture of the brush, and the next picture was how I was going to stage the picture. That's great. He was going to stage the boar shaving brush with the official George Monday Morning Mailbag coffee mug. Wow, Chris, thanks very, very much for that. Really do appreciate it. He concludes here: "Thanks again for your kindness in sending this out, Chris Lacey." Chris, so glad you received that beautiful white-handled boar shaving brush donated by Matt Panter in good shape. That's absolutely fantastic. And the third prize was the wooden-handled boar shaving brush. That was won by viewer J.D. Hipple, and he sent along this email: "It came in today. Thanks again." And he sent along the following photo of receiving that beautiful Zenith wooden-handled boar shaving brush. So there you go. All three winners have claimed their prizes. They've received their prizes in good shape. That's absolutely fantastic to hear. Gentlemen, thank you very, very much for your reports. Really do appreciate that. And again, a big, big thank you to viewer Matt Panter for very kindly sponsoring this giveaway. Matt, thank you again so very, very much. Congratulations once more to all the winners. Thanks to everyone for participating. And again, a big, big thank you to viewer Matt Panter. Well, what do you know? Coffee's getting low, that time of the show. Let's go back for a refill. Well, I hope you're enjoying a cup of coffee with me this morning. I hope you went back for a refill. I sure did. Hang on, let me get a sip. That is good and hot and fresh right out of the Keurig machine. Boy, that's wonderful. Once again, a big thank you to viewer Nate Jackson for Fabula Coffee. Boy, this is terrific. A healthier coffee. Check it out. We'll have links below. Nate, thank you again very, very much. And a big thank you to Lee Meyer for the official ShaveSplash.com coffee mug, the rabbit shaving coffee mug. I have to be careful how I say that. I want to say rabbit shaving mug. It's a rabbit shaving on a coffee mug. The artwork is absolutely delightful and just captures the very spirit of the traditional wet shave, falling down a rabbit hole, that sort of thing. We will link this below as well, where you can get your very own official ShaveSplash.com rabbit shaving coffee mug. Or if you want to use it as a shaving mug to build a lather, have at it if it works for you. And if you do, let us know how it works for you. But that really is a terrific, terrific coffee mug. And again, we got some great feedback from viewers regarding it. The artwork is so delightful. And again, it just captures the spirit of falling down a rabbit hole with a traditional wet shave. Absolutely. Hang on, one more sip. Oh yeah, that is terrific. Wow, that's absolutely wonderful. We mentioned Fabula Coffee once more because it's healthier. We wanted to remind you of the Black Coffee Life, which is Mantic 59's website, which deals with all things healthy regarding drinking black coffee. So check that out. And also want to remind you once more of a wonderful book that's available on Amazon.com. It's called The Lockhorns. Someday we'll look back on this and quickly change the subject. It's a hardcover book, and it's by the co-creator of The Lockhorns, bunny host and cartoonist John Reiner. And it's a wonderful, delightful collection of all those great Lockhorn cartoon panels. Again, it's available on Amazon. We'll link it below. Check it out. The Lockhorns really is a delightful, delightful comic panel. If you've not read it, do yourself a favor, look it up, and check out this wonderful collection of Lockhorn cartoons in a beautiful hardcover edition. The Lockhorns. Someday we'll look back on this and quickly changed the subject. Yeah, absolutely fantastic by Bunny Host and John Reiner. All right, let's get to some of these comments this morning, these refill comments. This comes from Bill Murphy. Great show, Mark. Lots of great information as usual. The Buccaneer Bay rum sounds wonderful. Looking forward to its review. Have an outstanding week. The review ran this past Friday, the launch date of Buccaneer Bay rum. A beautiful bay rum scent, perfect for the summer. Not, doesn't hit you over the head. I was going to say not overly strong, not overly subtle, just the right amount. Very refined, very gentlemanly. I really, really enjoyed the shave. Going to use it again and probably use the the Samog Boar shaving brush. Yeah, or Zenith Boar shaving brush. Yeah, I've got one too. Yeah, more on that on an upcoming Monday Morning Mailbag show. So stay tuned for that. Thanks very much for that, Bill. Really, really do appreciate it. Jimmy V Photography wrote, fantastic mug. Seriously beautiful. Yeah, Jimmy is referring to the shavesplash.com coffee mug that we've been talking about this morning. It really is seriously beautiful. I agree, Jimmy. Thank you very, very much. Man, I love seeing historic shaving gear like that. I really have to try to look more for it on my travels. Check out last week's Shave Den visit. We'll say no more. That was really, really a wonderful historic Shave Den visit of sorts. Yeah, check that out from last week. Scott nailed it. The opening music to the Monday Morning Mailbag picks up my Monday spirit every time I hear it. It's sad when the outro starts up, but there's always next week. Jimmy, thanks very, very much for saying that. I really do appreciate that. I don't know how I came across that music, but it was just the perfect fit when I first heard it. And I agree, it fits so wonderfully with the show and the whole theme of the show. And I'm glad to hear that it's a lively tune that has been quickly identified with the Monday Morning Mailbag. And I remember one time in the editing process, I forgot to, I accidentally edited out the opening drum beat. And Larry Sablotny wrote me and said, hey, Mark, you made an error in editing that, the opening music. That no drums this morning. I always look forward to the drums. It's the sign that the music's coming and the show is starting. Yeah. So ever since then, I make sure that the music is complete from beginning to end. Yeah, it's a terrific tune. And a big thank you to Larry Sablotny for pointing that out. Had he not, I may have been making the mistake over and over and over again. So thanks very much for that, Larry. And Jimmy, thanks very much for that comment. Although he does continue here. Cold shave in the winter is the way 365. Yeah, Jimmy does a cold water shave all year round. It wakes you up, clears the mind, and makes you look better to everyone you meet. I'm going to have to try a cold water shave in the winter. I like my Scuttle and my warm lathers, especially in the wintertime. But I got to be honest with you, these cold water shaves that I've been doing lately on the show during these summer months are just such a welcome process. I absolutely love it. And Jimmy, you inspire me to try a cold water shave more often during the winter months. Absolutely. And he writes here again, a great summer and year-round scent is Phoenix Shavings Beach. The first time I tried it, I was meh. Tried it again and love it. And it's model approved. Now, that's great to hear. Jimmy is a professional photographer. And yeah, it seems like the models like Phoenix Shaving Beach during his workday. That's absolutely fantastic to hear, Jimmy. Thank you again very, very much for those comments. Jay Potter, 86, wrote, hey, Mark, yet again, another great 3MB. I love a good boar brush, especially when my growth is over 2 days. They are amazing for lifting the hair. Now, when I break mine in, I get a moisturizer soap like Dove. Then I'll lather it and use my other hand like a bowl. So I'll load the brush on the bar, then lather it in my hand. I lather on my hand for 5 minutes, then do it again 6 times for 30 minutes of work. It really breaks the brush in as though it has been used for 1 year. Jay, I'm putting this away. We're going to come back to it as a shaving tip. Please comment below and let me know if you got a George sketch, because that is definitely worth using as a viewer morning shaving tip. But thank you very much for sharing with us this morning in the refill segment, because it goes along with our ongoing theme and discussion of Bohr shaving brushes. That is really fantastic. It really breaks the brush in as though it has been used for 1 year. Wow. The method never fails me. It even gets rid of that animal smell. I hope someone gives it a try. From Jay, the head shaver with a straight razor. Jay, again, thank you very much for that comment. That is outstanding. And again, I'm going to highlight that and put that on the list for viewer morning shaving tips. We're coming back to that one for sure. Thank you again very, very much. Brian McCarthy, 1322, wrote, another great show, Mark. The talcum cap fiasco left me laughing. Plenty of info there on the sticker. Looking forward to next week. Yeah, you know what? James Sefton very kindly sent along some Yardley talcum in a beautiful bottle. And I was taking the cap off, and James said, hey, all you got to do is remove the top, the sticker from the top, and just twist it, and it opens and closes the little holes. I never saw that. But check out last week's show where James shared that discovery with me. I never even noticed the sticker, but I'm very glad that I was corrected. Yeah, Brian, I had a good laugh about it too. It was just a moment. So thanks again, Brian. Really do appreciate it. Andrew Hill, 1965, writes, great show. Really enjoyed the new product segment, and thanks for the mention about me doing head shaves. And you're right, a cold nighttime head shave is the best. I've been using Sterling's Orange Chill for it, and wow. Anyway, have a great week, and looking forward to next week's show. We talked about doing an evening head shave, and I like to do an evening head shave right before I'm turning in, because the skin is nice and smooth and cool, and when it hits that pillow, and the sheets on the pillow, it just feels so great, nice and cool. And during these summer months, great, cool feeling as well. So, Andrew, I'm glad to hear that you're enjoying that process as well. Dan Blackshear, 6289, writes, great 3MB, Mark, and I have seen Barber Dave just use a dedicated shave brush to apply talc. I imagine horsehair and super soft synthetic knots would be fantastic for that purpose. Have a great week. And that new scent from the wet shaving store sounds amazing. Again, that's Buccaneer Bay Rum. It is amazing. Terrific scent. Again, not overly strong, not overly mild, just right. Very gentlemanly and very refined. Check out the review from this past Friday. And I think you're right, Dan. Just about any soft shaving brush could help you apply talc. And I've got a brush that Jamie Horn very kindly sent along. We're going to try that one out. But right now, for the moment, I'm applying it in my hands and just kind of slapping it on my face and around my body and that sort of thing. And that seems to work very, very well. Got two great post-shave talcs in the Shave Den. The Parasso that came courtesy of viewer Jamie Horn. Jamie, thank you again very, very much. That kicked off our entire discussion on post-shave talcum powder. And a Yardley from viewer James Sefton. James, thank you again for that one very, very much. They're both great. They really are. Just so you know, the Parasso is cornstarch based. So if you are allergic to cornstarch, just be aware of that. And the Yardley is a real talc. And just so you know, so if the cornstarch doesn't work for you, the Yardley is cornstarch free. So there you go. So Dan, thanks very much for that. Really do appreciate it. David Bates, 5310, writes, hey, Mark, thanks for a great show. I'm a huge fan of Bohr brushes. My go-to brushes are always Bohr. I do also own synthetic and Badger, but I just prefer the Bohr. Totally agree with your method for breaking them in. Use, and use it again. Please reassure the listeners they can really take a while, quite a while. I recently purchased a Simpson Bohr with a relatively short knot. I had all but given up on it, but all of a sudden, boom, there it was, soft and comfortable and as good as my others. With its shorter loft, it has increased backbone, making it perfect for harder soaps and shave sticks. I wonder if this shorter loft affected the break-in period. Keep up your great work. Monday Morning Mailbag always makes a cool start to my week. Best regards, David in England, all the way from across the pond. David, thank you very, very much for taking the time to leave that comment on the Monday Morning Mailbag. Thank you so very, very much. And thank you very much for your insight regarding the break-in of boar shaving brushes and that sort of thing. There you go, folks. It may take a little while longer to break in a boar brush through using it over and over and over again. But as David suggests here and recommends here, stick to it. It'll eventually break in, boom, and you got a great boar shaving brush knot to use with your morning shave. David, thank you again very, very much for that. 10 fluid ounces, 30 minutes writes, James Sefton's comment about soaking boar brushes should not be surprising for most wet shavers. Brushes need not be boar bristles. A brush can also be of badger hair. I have a couple of badger hair brushes, one of them a premium common product and the other a cheap product, but both of badger hair. The premium brush soak about 3 or 4 minutes and no problem. The cheap brush, soaking time needs to be at least 20 minutes, and at that, 40 minutes is still better. How about that? Thanks very much for the soaking times on Badger shaving brushes, 10 fluid ounces, 30 minutes. Really, really do appreciate that information. I'll ask the viewers, are you soaking your Badger brushes 5, 10, 20, 30 minutes? Let us know in the comments below what your routine is. Again, 10 fluid ounces, 20 minutes. 10 fluid ounces, 30 minutes. Thanks very much for that. Really do appreciate that. And this comes from Jason Forrester, 5656. My wife loves a spicy margarita and a hot soup. We were at the beach in Sarasota on a hot day, and that's what she ate. Wow, there you go. Confirmation that drinking or consuming something hot will cool you down on a hot day. At least that's what I hear. So thanks for having your wife confirm that, Jason. Really, really do appreciate it. And that wraps up this week's refill segment. My thanks to everyone who contributed. Really do appreciate it. We'll do it again next week. Okay, let's check out some new wet shaving gear. Well, we received this email from viewer Steve Gregory, and he writes, Mark, this works great. I've had one for a year now. All my best, Steve Gregory in Kentucky. This is from Naked Armor. It's a stainless steel shaving scuttle. And as they write, hot shaving lather is awesome. And you can get that when you use our Silver Fox Scuttle shaving mug. Your lather will stay warm until you finish shaving. We will have a link to it below where you can check it out. They continue here on the product page. Imagine spreading hot foam on your face in the morning during a cold winter day. As the lather hits your face, it warms your whiskers and softens your skin before you attack it with your razor. Bliss. Again, this is a stainless steel scuttle. It also comes with a cork heat stopper and a Naked Armor catalog, so you can check out all their offerings in the way of wet shaving gear because they sell safety razors, straight razor kits, etc. So that's from Naked Armor, and it's a recommendation from viewer Steve Gregory, who has had one for a year and absolutely loves it. Does anyone else out there have this stainless steel shaving scuttle from Naked Armor? If you do, please comment below and let us know. Steve, thanks again for a great product recommendation this morning. Really do appreciate it. Well, we've got a brand new Yaqi safety razor to share with you this morning. This one is the Yaqi Pilot stainless steel safety razor. And again, it comes in this beautiful box with double open doors and a magnetic latch. Check that out. A classic looking safety razor. 3/16 stainless steel, completely 316 stainless steel, cap, base plate, and handle. And it also has that wonderful classic knurling pattern to the handle. Really looks terrific. And it is a two-piece razor. So all you do is just twist the bottom knob there, and that comes, the cap comes off like that. How about that? Isn't that beautiful? A beautiful polish to this razor. Let me give you the specs on this. Again, it closes up very, very nicely, very, very snug when you complete turning this knob here to attach the cap to the base plate. Really, really feels nice, solid, and secure. Looking forward to shaving this one. I have not shaved yet, so I'm going to get a review done and perhaps do a test drive with this razor after I'm done recording the Monday Morning Mailbag here. Anyhow, again, this is the Yaqi Pilot stainless steel safety razor. Here are the specs on it. Again, the razor head material and handle material are 316 stainless steel with a beautiful polish to it. The handle length is 84 millimeters or 3.31 inches. The handle diameter is 12 millimeters or 0.472 inches. The blade gap is 0.95 millimeters. The total weight is 92 grams or 3.25 ounces. So it has some real nice heft to it, a great feel to it as well. And again, if you look at that razor head, that base plate, kind of has a Merkur kind of a look to it, right? See that right there? One reviewer gave it 5 stars on AliExpress and wrote the following: very good modern version of the Mercury 34C, I believe he means the Merkur 34C, transported into the present time. Fast shipping, well packaged. New packaging doesn't matter. Well, I think the new packaging is terrific. I like it a lot. That beautiful magnetic latch right there that opens, the double doors that open and display the razor so very, very nicely. You know, I mean, that looks great in any shaved end. So I really do like the nice packaging and the double doors that close with that nice magnetic latch there with the Yaqi logo right there. But yeah, this is a terrific, terrific looking razor. And again, classic knurling, two-piece razor, 316 stainless steel. Now a 0.95 millimeter blade gap. And again, the reviews up there are saying that it's reminiscent of the Merkur 34C. I don't know if it's going to be as mild as a Merkur 34C, because the Merkur 34C is a very, very mild two-piece razor. And I love that razor. It's one of the first razors I used when the channel was just starting out in trying different razors and that sort of thing. And I found that it gave a great shave, very, very efficient, but wonderfully mild. You have to be right on the angle in order to maintain maximum efficiency. I don't know if this particular Pilot razor by Yaqi is going to be the same. That 0.95 millimeter blade gap might be very, very aggressive, or maybe the blade exposure is going to be neutral, which means it'll be a milder approach. We're going to find out, so we'll get a review done on this, but it really is a beautiful looking razor, and I'm looking forward to reviewing this, and also maybe later on taking a test drive just to kind of get a lay of the land before I do my review, so I'm a little more better informed about this particular razor. So there it is, the Yaqi Pilot two-piece safety razor in 316 stainless steel. My thanks to Grace Chen and everyone at Yaqi for very kindly and generously sending this one along to the channel and allowing me to share it with all the viewers. We'll have a link to AliExpress below where you can check it out for yourselves. Very reminiscent of the Merkur 34C. Does it shave as mildly as the 34C? We're going to find out. Stay tuned. Well, here's a reminder regarding Caddise. Right here, we introduced this a few weeks ago. Caddise whipped beef tallow for skin, 100% grass-fed, handmade cream moisturizer for face and body, natural with honey, shea butter, jojoba oil. It's non-greasy, nourishing for men, women, and kids. A 4-ounce jar, 40% off. That promotion is going on right now. Use the code 6MHNEAY9. Let me give that to you again. 6MHNEAY9 9 for 40% off. We'll have the link below. Whipped beef tallow for the skin. Use it in your post-shave routine. Use it every day. I have been using it every day. Check it out. Let me get that inner lid off there. You can see. There it is right there. I have been using this every day on my head, on my skin, on my head, on my face, and I like it a lot. Whipped beef tallow, 40% off. Check it out. We'll have the link below. Use the code 6MHNEAY9. Well, this morning we have a wonderful review from viewer RH Dave of the Rec Supply Company's Page Aluminum Safety Razor. And RH Dave writes, "Hi Mark, I thought you might like to read my review of the new Page aluminum razor from Rec Supply Company." Now here's a photo of his shave of the day from July 10th, 2025. His shaving gear includes the Razor Company Indestructible Bowl, Rec Supply 1944 soap, Trotter brush with G5C knot, Rec Supply Page aluminum razor in jet black, Rec Supply Platinum blade first use, Sterling alum block, and Rec Supply 1944 splash. Just took delivery of the Page aluminum razor yesterday, so this is a first impression review. Matt designed the Page to be a mild razor for those transitioning to DE shaving from cartridges or who, like me, have sensitive skin. He hit the nail on the head. With a 0.02-inch gap and zero blade feel, this is definitely a mild razor. Paired with a Rex blade is just a great combination. Got a BBS result after 3 passes and no irritation or weepers. 3 things stood out to me. The first is the matte finish. The first I own, and it's beautiful. What got my attention, though, is that it does offer a bit more resistance than my polished razors. It's not tuggy, though, and it's not a problem at all. It's just different from my previous experience and took a little getting used to. The second thing I noted is the handle. I wasn't sure when I ordered it how I would like the sort of sculpted column look and feel of it. Those concerns were unfounded. It's very easy and comfortable to hold, and that matte finish makes it fairly non-slip in my hands. It's a treat to use. The third thing is the weight. The aluminum construction had me expecting it to be very light, too light really, but it actually feels heavier than I expected. This is a good thing. Past experience for me is that a light razor encourages me to push harder on the skin for a close result, which introduces irritation. The weight of the Page helps me maintain that light touch that leads to less or no irritation. All in all, this is a great entry-level razor. Well done, Matt and team. If you choose to make an open comb plate for it, I'll be near the front of the line for it, but as is, I'd say it's a home run. Best regards always, RH Dave. RH Dave, thanks very, very much for a fantastic review of the new aluminum Page razor from Rec Supply Company. Folks, we'll have a link below where you can check it out. My gosh, that sounds like a great entry-level razor, especially for beginner wet shavers out there who are going from a cartridge razor and coming over to a safety razor. Looks like a really, really good offering from the folks at Rec Supply. The Page aluminum safety razor, again, we'll have a link below. My thanks to RH Dave for a terrific, terrific review. Thanks again, RH Dave. Folks, we'll have a link below. Well, here's your reminder that tomorrow, July 15th, kicks off the countdown to National Ice Cream Day, featuring Phoenix Shavings, Fran's Space Cream, Summertime Advent Calendar. Wow, 6 days of great ice cream scented shaving soaps and splashes. Again, it starts tomorrow, July 15th. We're counting it down for 6 days. This is gonna be great. Stay tuned for the countdown to National Ice Cream Day, featuring Phoenix Shavings, Fran's Space Cream, Summertime Advent Calendar. And that wraps up this week's look at new wet shaving gear. My thanks to everyone who contributed. Really do appreciate it. We'll do it again next week. Okay, let's check out some of these questions and comments. This email comes from viewer Nathaniel Jackson. And once again, a big thanks to Nate for the fabulous coffee. Nate, thank you again very, very much. Anyhow, Nate writes, "Hi, Mark. I have some shaving questions that I would like to ask you. What is your drying process for when you load your shaving brush directly from the shaving tub? I've heard that one should let the soap dry for 10 minutes, 1 hour, or even overnight. What would you suggest?" Well, Nate, here is my routine in allowing a shave tub to dry after I do a brush load. And I open this up to all the viewers. Please comment below and let us know what your routine is. But here's what I do. In loading the brush, the first thing I'll do is I'll put some water, cold or hot water, in the shave tub to kind of get things going. And then I'll soak the brush. I'll do my pre-shave wash and my pre-shave lather. Then I will dump out the water from the tub. I'll get my brush, my damp brush, and I'll go ahead and I'll do a brush load. Then I'll go over to my shaving bowl and build my lather. Now, after the shave is complete, what I'll do is I'll grab a towel and I will wipe off the outside part of the shaving tub, and I'll also wipe out the inner rim where any excess lather has built up. I'll get rid of that. I'll dump out any excess water, and then I will let this sit overnight for 24 hours for when my next shave comes around. So the next day when I shave, I'm shaving at the same time every day, I'll check it out, and if it's completely dry, and I like the fact that it's completely dry, I'll go ahead and I'll put that cap on nice and tight. If it looks like it needs a little more time, I'll give it a little more time. Maybe another day, maybe another few hours, a half a day, something like that. But that's kind of my routine in how I dry out my soap tubs after I do a brush load. And again, to everyone else out there, what's your routine in drying out your shaving soap tub after doing a brush load? That's how I do it. At least a 24-hour waiting period to let everything dry out nicely. And again, I use a towel to towel around the inner rim and get rid of all that excess lather, that sort of thing. And you can see, this is, check it out, this is Buccaneer Bay Rum. We've been talking about it. And I used it again the other day, and you can see how it's dried out very, very nicely from the brush loads that I've done. So that's my routine in drying out a tub of shave soap after I do a brush load. I hope you find that helpful. I don't know if that's the definitive answer, but that's my routine. And again, I welcome others out there to please comment below and let us know how you do it. He continues here. Another question about drying methods. How do you dry a twist-to-open razor? With 2 or 3-piece razors that come apart, it is fairly easy to clean, but twist-to-open razors do not come apart. With all the little crevices in a twist-to-open, I am never sure if I'm drying mine completely. I've heard that using a hairdryer on it for about 5 minutes is one way to dry it thoroughly. Again, what would you suggest? I have never heard about the hairdryer routine in drying out a twist-to-open razor. Never heard that. And again, with my lack of hair, I don't have a hair dryer. I don't have one. I don't have a need for one, so I don't think it would ever have come to mind to use one. The way I dry out a twist-to-open razor, this is the way I do it. I get, after I'm done with my shave, I get my towel and I very carefully dry out the inner parts of the razor head. I dry the handle, and I give the handle a little bit of action back and forth so that the water that might be on the inside of the handle kind of drains out. I will then keep the doors open and place that on my razor stand so gravity works in allowing whatever excess water that might be inside the handle to drain out and kind of drip down below. Now, every once in a while, I will get a cotton swab like this, and I will look at the razor and give it a cleaning with some mild soap, something like that, and use a cotton swab to get rid of any excess soap scum that's been building up on the inside of the doors or on the razor head, underneath, that sort of thing. So that's kind of how I clean my twist open razors. And again, I don't know if that's the definitive approach, but that's what I do. And again, I'll leave it to the viewers out there. How do you clean a twist to open razor? Please comment below and let us know. Nate continues here. Thanks, Mark. Enjoying all your videos, especially the Monday Morning Mailbag, and hope you are still enjoying that English leather. Nate. Oh, yes, yes. If you've been following the show, at the Maggard meetup on the Piff table was this wonderful bottle of English leather aftershave. Now, Larry Napier saw this, and he grabbed it and said, "Hey, Mark, you should have this." And I said, "Yeah, you know what? Thank you very, very much," because I ordinarily don't grab things off the Piff table. And Larry said, "No, you should have this." And I said, "Thank you very much, Larry. I will keep this." Well, this was provided by Nate Jackson. This came out of his late father's shave den. And Nate decided to place this on the Piff table, and it found its way into my shave den. What an honor, Nate. Thank you again very, very much. And yeah, it adorns my shave den. And this is the kind of aftershave cologne that's going to be used for special occasions only, because you know what? I don't want it to run out. There is a certain reverence there of having the bottle almost full. It's kind of like honoring your father, that it's not going to run out. The last thing I want to do is use it for a lot of different shaves, and all of a sudden it's an empty bottle. I want to use it sparingly, special occasion shaves only, and yeah, so that there is a good amount in there. So yeah, it does adorn the shave den. Thank you very, very much again, Nate. I am very honored and flattered to have it in my shave den. So yeah, we're going to do some reviews down the road, and when we come across a special event review or a special event to have a shave with, that sort of thing, we're gonna use this as the aftershave. Yeah, but the scent is marvelous. Wow, yeah, that's a good one. Thanks again, Nate, and thanks again for the great questions. It's going to create a lot of great discussion. Really, really do appreciate it. This comes from viewer Brian Thomas, and it involves changing your handle on YouTube so that you can get your real name in the comments section. And he writes, "Mark, see attachment. I hope this helps someone." So we're going to put that on screen, get a screenshot of what he posted here. And it reads, "To change the name that appears on your YouTube comments, you'll need to change your channel's name and handle. This change will be reflected in your comments and other public-facing aspects of your YouTube channel." Now, basically, here's how you do it. Quick overview here, but get a screenshot of this so you can kind of refer to these instructions. You'll open YouTube Studio. You'll navigate to customization. You'll select basic info, and there you'll change your name and handle. You'll see the fields where you can edit your channel name and handle. Just make the desired changes. Click the publish button to save your changes. After publishing, it may take some time for the changes to fully propagate across the platform. So there you go. That's kind of a quick way, a quick overview on how to change your YouTube handle, because we've had discussions on how YouTube went to a kind of a different naming convention. And I longed for the way they used to have it, where everyone's real name was in the comments section. That was their handle. Their real name was their handle. And YouTube changed that somehow. But this looks to be a routine in how you can modify your YouTube handle so that your real name is displayed. The other really easy workaround, if you don't want to do that, when you comment below on the various videos, just type your name at the end, your real name, and then I'll know who you are. That's a really easy workaround as well. So Brian Thomas, thanks very, very much for that. Really do appreciate it. Hey, we received this email from viewer Lee Hazley. Now, Lee had the Bougie vintage chill mill that he was filling up with menthol crystals, and he could grind those up into his shaving soap lather as he was building lather and add that menthol kick to it. And he writes here, Dear Mark, I hope this email finds you well. I must apologize for forgetting to send you pictures of my Bougie chill mill. Here they are. Have a great week, Lee. Boy, this is a great item, Lee. Wherever did you find this? I would love to have one like this. I know a lot of viewers would love to have a vintage chill mill kind of grinder to add those menthol crystals to the lather that they're building in their shaving bowl. That looks absolutely fantastic. Wow. And again, I believe it's pronounced Bougie, and it's spelled Bougie. And I double checked this online, and the pronunciation is, best of my ability in research, is Bougie. So these are pictures of the vintage Bougie chill mill from Lee Hazley. Lee, thanks very much for sending along the photos. Really do appreciate it. And that wraps up another Monday Morning Mailbag. Thanks so much for tuning in again. I really do appreciate it. Please share, please subscribe, please like. Hit that bell so it'll give you a yell the next time I upload a video. Comment below. Let me know. Check out all the wonderful artisan soap makers and sellers that you see displayed on the bottom of the screen right now. They make and offer some wonderful artisan shave soap. They also offer some wonderful wet shaving gear to enhance your traditional wet shave. The next time you're online, please take a moment, pay them a visit. I sure would appreciate it. Thank you very much. Also, check out my Amazon product page at amazon.com/shop/MarkZerati, where you'll find all the Amazon listed products that I review on this channel, organized and categorized so you can find everything in this snap very easily. I'll leave you with this laugh. Hey, we have another double take cartoon puzzle for you this week. Try to find the differences between the two cartoon panels. If you need more time, just pause the video, or try to find all the differences before time runs out. Thanks very much for tuning in again. I really do appreciate it. Make it a great week.